All right, we're live.
Good morning.
Let's do our usual. Try to talk to new audience who doesn't know what we're doing. KAOS is a system we're trying to make to solve the problem of not enough democracy. That's not a good enough way to say it, but you know, it's telling you the ballpark.
Giving the voice back to the people.
Yeah. More power to the people.
Did we ever have it though?
We did at one point, clear back in the 1800s.
What do you mean? Tell me what you mean.
Yeah, I don't think it was a real democracy then either.
Well, they were a little. It was a smaller colony issue, so they were more in touch with everybody in the colony. I mean, they only had 13 states.
Okay, so I think I know
really
what you mean. It's the basic that we've gone backwards since the beginning of the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have. Yes, although I think the way it was designed from the very beginning was the way it's being used now, which is
limited.
Rich company guys.
Yeah, landowners,
corporations,
setting up a government that makes us think we have some control, and we do have some, but it's mostly them.
Yeah.
And if you look at the way things are today, holy shit, I'm learning a lot of new things. You guys, everyone watching, please listen to a little bit of a guy named Ian Carroll. His channels have another name like Cancel This Company. And he does a lot of research. And when I say research, I mean finding stuff on the internet, because like almost everything's on the internet. And he digs deep and tries to figure out things like, well, who's running all the companies? And what are they doing with that control? And he talks a lot about BlackRock and another two companies like BlackRock. And he basically says just a few guys are running everything.
Yeah, say again what the name. Tell us again what the name of the show was. And his name?
His name is Ian Carroll. Here, I'm going to put it as a comment. Ian Carroll, and his show or his channels. He has different names in the channels because they're all different systems, you know, YouTube, X, TikTok, all that. But a common theme in all the names is, what is it? Cancel This Company. I guess I could put a link. Let me get a link.
Well, we'll check him out.
Here it is. And he's huge now. He wasn't huge very recently, from what I understand, the way he talks about things. But he blew up virally recently.
Yeah.
He has 607,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
But I don't think that's where he initially blew up. I think it was more like TikTok. And then people I don't know.
Will I find him on my, is it, what do you call it, podcast? Is that considered a podcast? Will I find it on my podcast feed?
I haven't heard him say, no, it's not a podcast. It's
so just YouTube.
He doesn't call it a podcast, so I don't think it would be on any podcast.
A lot of them are mixed between YouTube and podcasts.
Yeah, but they also call themselves podcasts, and then they do that. But this guy, I think these are all live streams. Yeah, they're all live streams. It's not podcast.
I'll check YouTube.
And I've never seen another person on his show. He just talks to his audience in the chat. Oh, and if you go to his YouTube, he has a link to his Twitch, and I don't watch his Twitch. But you know, the way I found out about him was all the social media algorithms was showing them to me. I think first it was TikTok, and then X, and then Facebook, and he's on all of them. I don't know how he's doing all that shit.
Yeah.
And anyway, he came up with a product, an app that lets you. Well, let me explain the problem first, and then tell you the solution of his app. The problem is what he was describing was. One of the things he was researching was you know, when he was discovering who owns all the companies, he also wanted to search about it in this way. He would take a snapshot of a grocery store aisle and then individually find the company that makes that each product on in that screenshot. So he goes to, let's say, toothpaste aisle, and he finds the company of every toothpaste that's in that aisle, and then he shows you, and then he marks it on the image. Red is all the ones owned by this one company, and then like blue is all the family owned. And in some of the categories, like toothpaste being a category, 100% of the products on the aisle are coming from this one set of companies owned by one guy or a few guys.
Mm-hmm.
And not family owned. So he came up with an app that lets you scan a product and it tells you who owns it. And the point is to find a family owned one. And the reason he's saying that is, dude, the big companies owned by a few guys, they are not caring about us.
Yeah.
And one of the extra research he does on this is, like, he will go find, like, in that screenshot of all the toothpaste, and I don't remember if it's toothpaste or another one, a lot of these products are actually bad for us in the sense that they have way more toxins that are allowed by the law.
Yeah.
And he's saying they don't care. They're doing it like this because it's the cheaper way to do it. And he's saying, in general, family-owned business probably won't do that.
Well, what was it? The Sackler family that owned OxyContin. They were a family, and
family, yes, but they're like a very rich family. I don't know if they were really rich before they. I'm guessing they were really rich to even get to that level that they could do those things. But they got really rich after that, and they didn't go to jail.
Yeah. Nobody's gone to jail over that shit.
Yeah, he's not saying every family is good.
Yeah.
He's saying just try to stay away from the ginormous companies controlling everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's also just good to be aware of how much everything is all just a few people.
It's good in general to be aware of who made the product that you are now putting in your body.
Yeah, and you know, I know
and
for
we
my
used to know that.
Yeah, my
like if you go back
eyeglasses.
to the time you just said, Edward, 1800. When you bought something, you had a pretty good idea of who made it, where it was made. It was probably very local.
And what was in it.
And what was in it.
My glasses, I order from the States now because I get way better quality from American glasses, specifically the hard coating they put on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Canada, one person owned all the glass companies. Now, last time I went to the eye doctor, he said it's not like that anymore. I have my doubts. But from my understanding, forever, there was one guy owned all the companies that made all the glasses in Canada.
Even in Canada, that sounds worse than America then.
Yeah.
That's what we've got in America is we got one company owns every form of glasses. They own Ray-Ban. They own the Tommy Hilfiger like I'm wearing. Every line of glasses is owned by this one company. And then they distribute them out with the names.
Let me give you this example. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to mention that here in Canada, the first time they came out with plastic lenses with a hard surface, I remember this like yesterday. I got a pair of those glasses and they lasted forever. I couldn't believe how well they worked. Then after that, and I weld and grind with just my glasses. I know I should have better protection, but I don't. And they pit all up, like glasses would pit up. And with that hard protection, I was amazed. I went like 3-4 years and I didn't have to buy another pair. They weren't getting pitted up. Anyway, then all of a sudden I went to go buy my next pair and they pitted right away. I went, what the hell? I thought I got the same coating. And I thought, well, it must be a different company I got it from last time. So I went to we only had 3 companies at the time. Over the years, I went to all 3 and they all pitted up right away. And then I found out it's because they're all owned by the same guy. So I'll guarantee you, they came out with the hard surfacing. And he went, well, I'm not selling very many glasses with this hard surfacing. So maybe I should just pretend I'm going to put it on or only put a little bit on. And then I'll sell more glasses. And then, like I said, that first pair worked unbelievably well. And then I never found another pair that worked that well until I started ordering from the States. And I got them out of the States and they were just like the old pair I had. They lasted forever. So in Canada, they just stopped either they stopped putting the hardness coating on, or they only put a slight amount. It's not nearly as strong as it could be. They know how to make them better, but they went, why should we? They only got one place to buy them. Why should we do it?
If there's a monopoly, then they have no reason to do anything. And they set up monopolies, okay? And what's weird is what Ian is explaining that I learned from him is in the case of, like BlackRock and Vanguard and those guys, they, and this is not something I really understand well, but in a publicly owned company, the shareholders technically are the owners. But they don't have actually the voting rights. The voting rights are held by the middleman entity that you bought the shares from. And I'm not even using the right terms here, okay? But what it means is BlackRock has, even if they aren't the owners of the shares, and really who owns the shares is the shareholders that put their money with BlackRock. They have the voting control, so they get to choose who's going to be the CEO of any company. Well, now let me say this. Okay, defense companies, defense contractors. If you go back to, he said it was the 70s, we had like 60 companies that the U.S. federal government would buy from. Today, there's only 5. Because they bought them out, mergers.
Merging.
Now there's 5. I don't think that's good. Oh, so one of the effects of this is the price of a missile, I don't remember which missile, went up 400% across a short period. And if you look at the books of that company, their profit margin went really high, like 45%. And if I understood correctly, what he said was the federal government actually has a limit of how much you're supposed to make from those things, and they want like 15% profit margin. But because it's only one defense company thing, let me say it this way: there's only 5 defense companies, but there's only one of the companies that makes that missile. So it's a complete monopoly with that missile. So they just blow up the price. And they can. Who else is going to sell it to you? No, we shouldn't have that.
It's pathetic how much of that goes on in the world. I mean, my wife works in nursing, and the products they get and things like this, it's amazing the money that they charge for the simple things.
Extreme example in pharmaceutical is there was a was it diabetes? I don't remember which disease.
The insulin pump.
It went from like $2 to $700.
Yes, insulin
because
pump.
They bought out all the competition, and they're like, well, we can do this.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't know about you guys, but I want a guy like Luigi to kill that motherfucker who did that.
I read a really interesting Reddit the other day, and this guy pointed this out. It was under ethics, a subreddit for ethics. And the guy pointed out, he goes, this is his theory or whatever, what he said. And, Trump is blowing up all these ships, all these boats. These boats full of cocaine or whatever it is coming out of Venezuela, right? He's blowing up these boats. And so this guy said, what's more ethical or less ethical, really, is what's less ethical? Luigi Mangione killing that drug guy there, or that, whatever insurance guy, or America blowing up those boats with cocaine. Which one was killing more people? And they're, like Trump is saying, we're saving people by blowing up these boats. Well, Luigi, whatever his name is there, can also say, I'm saving people because the healthcare system is killing people. And by killing this executive, and maybe they'll treat people better. And he's probably saving lives more than Trump is by killing executives.
It's basically just vigilante scenario, and whether we think that's good or bad. Yeah, and I think
that's what Trump's doing.
Vigilantism is needed when the government is not doing its job to protect us.
I don't want to promote killing anybody. I don't think it's a good idea to promote it. But it is.
No, I don't promote killing, but we definitely need to. We definitely need to reassert that The government works for us. We don't work for the government.
Yeah, I think it's terrible.
At
what
least here
Trump's
in the
doing.
States. I can't say in Canada.
Yeah, I think it's terrible what Trump's doing and not right. And I also think Louisiana was not right either. You can't go killing people. Got to try to find another way. But
what do you think he should have done instead?
Louisiana.
Him in particular, yeah. What do you think he should have done?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, shit.
Stage a protest?
As one person, there's just so little you can do. Right? So, you know.
Well, one of the things he could have done is brought class action suit against the company.
Yeah, but
get a bunch of people that are their members and bring class action suit against them for you
need to get a bunch of lawyers on your side, though.
Say it again.
You need to find lawyers that'll do this. You know, and get them on your side without paying them up front, because where are you going to get the money? You know?
A lot of lawyers here in the States will do that unless they're really high profile, because they know they're going to get a third of the winnings into their coffers.
But that's only if they think they can win it. Did you ever, I watched a really good show about the tobacco, the lawsuit against the tobacco companies. I think it started in California, where they sued all the tobacco producers for killing people.
And the lawsuit ended in 95, I think.
Yeah. There was an interesting story behind that. The lawyer was working on legislation for something else, and he was hired to put together this legislation I can't remember what it was for, but something in for the state government there in California. And as he was doing this and working on this project, he came to realize if he wrote it a certain way, that he could possibly get a lawsuit against the tobacco companies working. And so if he got this one way he wrote this law that they were going to Parliament there or whatever was going to enact, if he wrote it a certain way, he realized I could sue the tobacco companies if they pass this law. So he wrote it specifically that way, knowing that he could fucking sue the tobacco companies, right? And you would think that's great because he's going to do this to save all, to sue tobacco companies for our sake. No, he saw how much money he could make by doing this. And they took half of that money. All that money that went to all the fucking to the class action lawsuit, they took half of it. And so he put together a team. After he gets the law into place, he contacts a bunch of other top lawyers. And he says, okay, you guys, help me with this tobacco case, right? And we can all make a whole bunch of money. So they all get in there, this whole legal team he puts together, of top lawyers, right? They sue for all this money. And it's such a massive amount of money, so huge. Like we're talking billions of dollars, right?
Every year, too.
Yeah, it's a massive amount. And anyway, so the news agencies going, well, this is fantastic, but you guys are going to take all this money? We're like, really? And so a bunch of these lawyers that were part of this team said, no, I'm going to relinquish most of mine. I'm only going to take like a percentage of that, right? Just enough to cover what I think I should. They were all felt guilty for how much money they were making, and they gave a bunch of money back, all except for him, the guy that put it together. He goes, fuck no, I came up with this. That's my fucking money. He goes, fuck that, I'm not.
How much money did he win?
Oh, he made a ton of money. I can't give you numbers, but it's in the billions. It's in the billions. So we're not talking hundreds of millions here. It's in the billions he took from this.
Yeah. There's a lot of that happens also in the nonprofit space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like there was one example about Haiti after they had a really horrible weather event.
Yeah.
And there was a big move. Hey, let's give money to rebuild. And then there was I don't remember which nonprofit, but the concept was, hey, we're going to rebuild 6 million homes. I don't remember any number. It was like something about million. And then later, years later, when it was all done, they went to go investigate how many homes were built. 6 homes were built. 6 individual homes, not 6,000, not 6 million. 6 individual homes.
Yeah.
And then I heard a similar thing in LA, Los Angeles, California. Nonprofits getting donations and money for the homeless, and it's not really fixing the homeless problem, and they're getting rich.
Yeah.
The nonprofit.
Oh, there's lots of
The
this.
people in the nonprofit are getting rich.
Yeah.
It's really this is really like pissing me off the more I learn about these things.
And the thing is, technically, that's nonprofit because that's a for-profit prospect.
Yeah.
Nonprofit means all the money goes for what you said it's going for, or it's all going.
Well, what's weird about nonprofit
all they have to do is say it's wages.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so
but that becomes a for-profit business.
No.
That's not technically how it works. For-profit is, percent. Profit means, the money left over after paying your expenses.
That's right.
Salaries being expenses, and someone can arbitrarily choose. Well, my salary is going to be $300,000 a year, and then my vice president also $300,000 a year, and my numbers that make no sense. You don't $300,000 a year to be a head of a nonprofit. You don't need that. Why? Why are you in a nonprofit thinking that way? That you need $300,000 a year to do your stupid job.
I look at it as similar to this Elon Musk payout thing where they gave him $1 trillion payday.
Yeah, it is the same as all the for-profit companies where they award $20-30 million to the CEO and I'm talking about in scenarios where if you look at the actual effects of what he did to the company, he didn't actually make anything better. Why are you getting paid so much? You didn't make anything better.
Exactly.
The company got
worse. He didn't make anything. He just bought them and promoted them. Yeah. All he is a marketer. He's not an actual inventor or anything like that. He just takes someone else's things and makes it his own.
Men. Yeah. I don't know if you ever heard this, but Elon and everything he does, they never filed for patents, and he's always claimed that that's because I'm such a nice guy. Anybody can build my product too, right? Or you can build you can copy me, you can build anything. But I heard.
But if you do, he sues the hell out of you.
The real reason he never gets a patent though, is because he would have to go give the name on the patent would have to be the actual person that invented it. And so he doesn't have to reward anybody ever in his company that comes up with an innovative idea because he doesn't.
And let me take a guess. Let me take a pure guess, not an educated guess, just a pure guess that he's stealing other people's patents.
Yeah, well, employees. And like I said, he's not getting patents on these things. He refuses to because if he did, he would have to reveal the actual inventor.
Yeah, but I meant other companies' patents. But yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there's that going on too. But they have come up with lots of innovative stuff, and they've never patented any of it. And this is what I heard was he doesn't do it because it's always somebody else that invents it, and that name would have to be on the patent legally. Right? Yeah. Even if you don't get
it, he would have to pay them more.
No, that doesn't mean he has to pay them more, but he legally has to put their name on the patent.
And so it's like a pride, credibility. Who gets the credit in scenario?
That's right.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. He wants the credit, even though he didn't create it.
Yeah, he just wants everybody to assume it's all his inventions. Yeah, but it's not.
I know damn well when Dodge was trying to infiltrate the patent office here in the States, we all know that he was going there with the intent to steal patents. He was going in with the intent, this one's expired. I can take it over and make it mine and don't have to pay anybody. That's exactly what that was. It was just a scam. It was a con job. Because think about it, every department that he messed with Dodge was one that either he had some legal fallout with or something that helped against something he didn't believe in. There wasn't a single thing they touched that his fingers weren't in one way or another legally.
Yeah.
So another new thing that I recently learned from Ian Carroll. It's not really new for me, but the extent of it is new to me. So what I understood before, like even just 2 days ago, was, and I remember seeing these statistics that during the COVID response, the U.S. printed a lot of money, like more than any time before. Now, it was a lot before also, but it was a lot during. Then I saw this graph from Ian Carroll that showed all of it from 1900 until now. and you see this graph, it's flat, like it's flat. It's not at zero, but it's so close to zero that you can't even see it on the graph. Okay. 1971 is when Reagan took us off the gold standard.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Then you see a hike. Okay. Another 20 years, and then you start seeing it do this.
Yeah.
And then he tracked on this graph the most recent, which is, he shows during I think it was the first Bush time, something like $4 trillion printed. And then the next president, $4 to $8 trillion or $8 trillion printed during there was an 8-year period of, I don't remember which president.
Obama.
But all of them were in the trillion. Yeah, Obama was in there for $8 trillion. Yes.
Yeah.
All of them. And then this graph was up to just June of this year. The first 6 months of Trump's latest presidency, $1 trillion. Just the 6 months. That's not sustainable. The dollar is going to fall like that.
Yeah. The only person that ever brought that down, maybe you saw on there, was Bill Clinton. I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton was the only person to bring the debt down.
You mean the deficit, right? The annual new debt.
Yeah.
That must. I don't know how that played into dollars being printed.
The graph didn't look like that, though. I didn't see any dips, and I didn't even see a stall.
Yeah, that's probably a different thing, though. Yeah, I'm talking national debt as compared to printing out how much money you print out.
Yeah, hell, Clinton actually balanced out the books.
That's right. Yeah. It wasn't debt. It was printing money. You're right. This graph was only printing money. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a different thing.
Yeah. I think printing money is worse. It's worse.
Well, as long as the American dollar doesn't lose its value. But there's lots of speculation. Trump wants the American dollar to lose its value.
Well,
now.
printing money is the thing that makes it lose its value automatically.
I know, yes.
The nature.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That and people losing a lot of its value is just like Bitcoin. It's whether or not people believe it has a value. And
right.
So if it loses confidence, so usually what happens is you print too much money and people lose confidence in it. That's where printing money is.
Well, it's worse than that too, though, because there's also how the U.S. I'm going to use a phrase, economic. Fuck, I forgot the word. And this is maybe more so in the past, but the point is this is many decades kind of thing. The U.S. government and the military and the CIA would pressure a country, do what we say or else. Okay? And maybe the or else is hidden, but do what we say. And then whoever doesn't do it, they figure out how to topple that country and replace it with a ruler that will do what the U.S. says. Well, that's how you hold up the dollar. Like as an example, the U.S. got Saudi Arabia to force it to only trade oil for U.S. dollars. And Saudi Arabia said, okay, we'll do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the ways.
Yeah.
That you hold up the dollar.
That's part of it. Yeah.
It's one of the ways you hold up the dollar. Now, if they do this worldwide for decades, that's what's holding up the dollar. Well, at some point, one of these countries, and then it's going to be a trickle, like once one of them says, I don't want to do this anymore. Fuck you guys. I'm going to go do euros or deal with China or whatever.
Yeah.
The first country that does that is going to make it more likely for the second country, going to make it more likely for the third, and then it's going to be a domino effect.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Then I think what will happen is the U.S. will be the same as, let's say, the UK when it comes to the power of their currency.
That's right, yeah.
And I think that'll be better for the world, by the way. That hurts me, but I think that's better for the world.
Well, it depends on which country. I mean, which other country there's always going to be a dominant type of currency. A dominant currency.
I don't know. I mean, if you look at history, that is true. I saw a video just yesterday tracking 3 different entities or empires or countries that had the same trajectory and then collapse. And it was all related to the focus he had was the way that country was using its currency around the whole world. So the first of the three examples was Spain, going all the way back to 1492. And what he was saying was one of the effects was Spain got so rich that they actually stopped wanting to produce anything because you could just buy it from other countries. Well, that is one of the steps of imploding the whole country and devaluing its own currency. And there was one ruler in Spain that ruled for 40 years, and during his 40 years, the country went into bankruptcy 4 times, or 5 times. Each time saying, okay, we're not paying our debts anymore, but let's start over, we'll do better. And no, 4 times during his 40 years of rule, he did that. And then Spain vanished in like anyone caring about their currency. But then it was the British. And then a similar thing happened to the British. Well, now it's the US. And we are doing the same things that those 2 countries did.
By losing all your manufacturing.
It's a little bit different, though, because one new element the US did is divorcing the dollar from gold. The previous 2 empires didn't do that. But the point is we're doing things worse. Not better. Like
they should never have gone to the silver standard.
We had a silver standard at one point?
That's what our dollar's based on, is the silver standard. And it's lower than gold standard.
No, I don't think that's right. I don't think they hold silver as a currency for, like, when it was the gold standard, you had to have that much gold in your bank in order to have dollars, right? And I don't think there's any
money.
there's no match
going
between
to get more silver.
There's no match between silver and the dollar. They just print money. I don't think they have to have silver to back it up.
They don't.
No, they don't have anything to back it up.
They don't have anything to back it up.
I mean, they claim we have the gold in Fort Knox, but hell, we're printed out so much that gold's worthless.
I don't even know if you guys have gold in Fort Knox. When Doge first started, I often wondered whatever happened to this. When Elon Musk when Trump first won, Elon was jumping up and down. He goes, first thing I'm going to do is go to Fort Knox and make sure the gold is there. Remember that?
Yeah, you never heard another word about it.
Never heard another thing about it. Somebody probably went to him and went, shh, don't fucking say that. Don't think you're going to collapse our dollar. Don't fucking tell them that there's no gold in Fort Knox. Because what the fuck happened to that? He swore up and down that was the first thing he was going to do is make sure the gold was in Fort Knox, the amount that they claim there is. And then he never mentioned it again.
The way I look at it, Elon is just like Trump. It's all about the dollar symbol. It's nothing about anything else.
Yeah. Somebody must have went to him. Your value of your money that you have is going to collapse if you tell anybody. This is a secret, so shut the fuck up. There had to be something like that. I don't know.
Now all I know is they made the blurb about it and then it just died. Never heard about it.
It died. Yeah, that's fuck.
Because they couldn't get any clearance to go and to verify.
Yeah. I'm surprised that didn't become a big conspiracy, like a really big one. But I never hear about it. I'm on the conspiracy subreddit on Reddit. And I've never seen it come up. So
I don't know what I was watching, but there was someone that put out a video saying, I bought some gold from my bank.
Oh, I think I was telling you guys, I brought this up before. I was telling you guys that here in Edmonton, the main bank was supposed to have some gold, and a jeweler went there, grabbed a chunk of gold, went to roll it in his press machine, and it broke his machine.
Which means it's not gold and it's not soft.
Yeah, it wasn't soft enough to roll. And so he checked it out, and it was fake gold. And so he went to the bank and made a claim about this on the news. This is on the news. And they said that they're going to be investigating this. And I never heard any more about it. Never heard nothing. So, it makes you wonder how many fake chunks of gold there are.
We're playing with fake money, man.
Yeah. And what the fuck is going on?
And that's the craze of Bitcoin and those things.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of distrust of Bitcoin, mostly because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't want to invest in something I don't understand. That's what I mean.
Well, I'm going to.
But
just
here's the
because
thing.
people are
Here's the
making
thing. Here's the way Ian says it. Well, that means I also don't understand currency.
Yeah.
And if you understand both, he's saying it will push you to, Bitcoin's better. Now there have been.
He's claiming Bitcoin's better.
Not necessarily. Bitcoin is one of the companies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's saying Bitcoin, the one company. He's saying the concept.
Yeah.
But the problem I have with that is there have been some of these been complete frauds.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how to tell the good one from the bad one. I don't know how to do that.
Such thing. There is no such thing. It's all about how much we trust it. That's all there is to it. So
that's all anything of the stock market is.
I think it's crazy to think that you're going to trust Trump's coin. Trump's got his own coin. So is Melania,
which is tanked, and they both tanked.
Yeah, well, lately, but all of them are down. All Bitcoins are.
I've got
Bitcoins are down.
Yeah, I've got cryptocurrency. I did an investment last month, put $45 in. I'm sitting with $80 available now. It is going up, but it's a slow process.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even like the idea of trying to make money by buying a currency and then the value of the currency goes up. I think that's goofy.
Well,
but I like the idea of buying something like gold because it doesn't change value.
No,
and
it changes value.
The concept is supposedly that these cryptocurrencies should be able to act like that.
The difference with gold is you actually can hold the gold, and gold will always have some value, but the value will fluctuate, right? But it'll always have some value. There's almost zero chance of it going to nothing because it's actually good for things. People.
Well, let me tell you why, or the logic behind what you just said. From what I understand, the reason gold would hold its value is two things. Well, for one thing, it has value inherently from the physics, okay? Which is why we picked gold in the first place, all right? It doesn't react with other things.
Yeah.
If you take any metal, it'll react with oxygen, water.
Stable.
Gold doesn't, yes. The second part is, and by the way, we actually use gold in physical processes to make things. Yes.
It has useful uses, yes.
Yes. And then also there's the regular, it looks good to our eyes, so we care about it for that. In jewelry.
The bright shiny thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then the second part is, and this is from physics again, there's a limited amount.
Yeah.
And what I mean is there's a limited amount in how much we have today. You can't just go make gold. We can mine it, but it costs a lot of money to mine it.
Yeah.
And so there's a very limited amount of new gold extracted from the earth every year. And that amount that is being traded every year is what makes the fluctuations of the value of gold.
Yeah.
Buying new gold. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what I think could mess this up is imagine in the far future, there's a meteor or something. We go grab it, and there's a ton of gold. Like let's say it's an amount of gold that is 10x more than the gold we have in circulation today.
Yeah.
Well,
there is a meteor like that. They suspect there is a meteor like that.
Well, that would change the math all of a sudden. If we got 10x more gold than we had before, the value of gold would decrease 10 times, something like that,
Yeah.
But that has never happened in history. It is very hard to get gold from the ground.
And even from a rock in space, it'd be very, very difficult to get it.
Yeah, that's why I say far future.
Yes.
We'd have better luck getting water off a comet than getting gold.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, all I look at it this way: all your cryptocurrencies are all Ponzi schemes. In the same way that that you're an investment type of thing where it's just the money itself that is the investment, and if as long as there's always people when everybody stops buying crypto, its value will drop. The only reason its value keeps going up is because there's more and more people buying it. And that's the same thing as a Ponzi scheme. There's no difference at all. And as soon as you reach market saturation, where everybody owns some Bitcoin or owns as much as they're going to buy, then it's all going to collapse, right? It'll at the very least it'll stay steady. It won't, but it's not going to go up anymore.
Well, why is that a problem?
Well, it's if it stays steady. If it collapses, though, just like the dollar, though we were talking about, the dollar in a way is very much the same thing, the American dollar. So it's all about how much people think they're going to benefit from it.
Well, part of the point is
value.
Well, part of the point is, if in the future we never reach a scenario where you could buy and sell things with Bitcoin easily, like what I mean is, I could walk into a vape shop and be like, I want to pay for this with my Bitcoin. Well, if that day never comes, that's what would cause it to never really be a currency, right? And by the way, there is what I'm like.
It would be more of a currency then.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. For a Bitcoin to become a real replacement, it has to be to the level of every shop you go to accepts it.
Yeah, and that's where they want to bring it. And
it is going there. I don't know if we're going to reach there, but I'll say this: the worse the other currencies get, like the U.S. dollar, the more people are going to travel to the cryptocurrencies.
Well, that's why Trump has no vested interest in keeping the American dollar high. The more the American dollar loses value, the more people will invest in cryptocurrency. And so this is, people have pointed this out. It's totally in Trump's interest right now to devalue the American dollar. He makes more money by devaluing the American dollar than anything else.
See, that's the thing. The rich people, the rich people that are benefiting from all this right now, they can very easily
manipulate money.
Right before the crash of the currency, sell all their currency, buy another currency.
Well, that's the point.
If any rich person successfully does that, they've completely averted the crash for themselves, at least.
Yeah, but that's not easy either, though. That is not easy either, because any other currency can lose its value just the same way, and for the same reason, all at the same time. So if American dollar starts to crash, and everybody goes to Bitcoin or other coins, that's all fine as long as they keep their value. But there's a good chance with crypto that people lose trust in all the cryptocurrencies all at the same time, right? And so, and then if everybody's switching over to the dollar, I don't know, like there's a chance that all currencies could just lose all their value all at the same time. There's some chance of that, not much.
Do you mean like an event like we lose power?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, if we lose power, I think we have bigger problems than just we don't have the cryptocurrencies anymore because the machines are off.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's another method.
We won't be able to buy anything.
Yeah.
Everything relies on a computer system to purchase.
Half the population would die all of a sudden if we lose power.
Well, maybe not within minutes, but within days or months, maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I meant a long enough period, like 3 months.
Yeah. Anyway, we could go on about cryptocurrency forever here. That's a deep subject for sure. I do plan on buying some, though. I'm going to buy some the actual Bitcoin. I did a bit of research using ChatGPT, asking about how all this works. And as I mentioned before, I brought it up before with you guys. There's two ways to deal with these coins. One is where you actually have the code for the coins, and the other one is where they hold on to the coins for you, right? So, like some companies, ChatGPT was telling me that at first the wife was going to get what is it called? Wealth Simple. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wealth Simple. That's an institution. It's to help you with your investments or whatever. Anyway, you can buy Bitcoin through them, but they hold on to it for you, and you don't get to have the coin. So then there's Kraken, and ChatGPT seemed to think that Kraken was one of the better institutions to go through. And
That's
with
what I
them,
use.
yeah, with them, there's two ways you can deal with them though. One is where they're holding on to the crypto for you. And so you just have a bank account with them basically. But the other way, if you don't trust these institutions, you get a wallet. Now this wallet, it doesn't hold on to the Bitcoin either. So when you can from Kraken, you can get the Bitcoins put through your wallet, and your wallet gives you what they call the phrase. And this phrase is a code that is to the actual Bitcoin amount. So if I put in $50 have $50 transferred to my wallet, the wallet now tells me a code. And now I got to go write that down somewhere on paper. And now that gives me, the wallet doesn't hold on to my money. As soon as it spits out that code, it's out of the wallet. And I've got it now on paper. So now even if I lose my wallet, or even if Kraken goes out of business, I could go to any other institution that deals with Bitcoin, and I could give them this number, and I could get all my crypto that way, right? So that number, you get it out, you can write it down on paper somewhere, and then they recommend that you write it down 2 pieces of paper and hide it in 2 different places. Because if you lose that paper, you've lost all your money.
You're out of luck.
Yeah, you're out of money. You're out of luck, right?
And
So,
that's one of the drawbacks. They do warn you.
yeah.
You lose the password to your file because a lot of people save it on USB pens.
Or
you lose the password to that encryption, you've lost all your money.
That's right. Or if somebody else gets it. If anybody else gets that number, they've got access to your money. So that's it's like having cash though. It's in your hand. Nobody else. If somebody gets that cash from you, they've got it, right? You can go use. You can. So anyway, those are the 2 ways of holding it. So if Kraken is holding your money and they get hacked, you can lose all your money, right? But if you've gone through the wallet process and you've got that number, they could get hacked all they want. They could go right out of business. Doesn't matter. You've got your money here, right? Mm-hmm. So it depends on how you feel about it, whether or not you feel like you're better to be holding it, or whether or not you want to let an institution hold that money for you. But only some of them will allow you to do this. Some of them, there's only the option of them holding the money for you. So anyway, just a little bit I learned about it. But,
okay, let's. We're 47 minutes in. Let's get to I don't know.
Okay, well, there is something I want, just some progress. I think some progress I've been making here. So you guys saw that I made a big post on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get anywhere with that as far as recruiting anybody. I got lots of traction, lots of people talking. That was an interesting experiment, though, because at least I know on that one, I was very iffy at first about putting up a link. And this time I really talked to people a long way before I talked about giving a link or anything. And mostly I was telling them to go to my profile, and you'll find a link in the profile. But I never caught shit from anybody anywhere, not yet. Could still happen. So I guess that subreddit is kind of okay to be pitching our stuff through.
I bet every subreddit would be okay if you do it deep enough in the comments, because they're not going to look that deep.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just got heck from Deep Thoughts, the subreddit called Deep Thoughts. 5 days after I fucking was commenting, and I never made a post there. I was commenting on somebody else's post. But I've done this quite a bit there, and I've left a link. And I got a warning from the mod 5 days after I did it. 5 days later.
How deep in the thread was it?
Oh, it was fairly deep, I think. I'd have
like
to go
5
back
or 10
check,
messages in?
I'd have to go back and check. I couldn't tell you for sure. But anyway,
so I wonder if somebody alerted him.
He warned me. He said, "You keep doing this here, and you're going to be banned." So at least he just gave me a warning. And so anyway,
well,
so
then
I can't do that.
There's another solution. I told you this before. Put a link, and this only makes sense if there's only one link you want.
That's what I said. I did that. I just changed it. I put it in my profile.
Okay, so now you don't even give a link. You just say, "Look in my profile."
Yeah.
For the link.
I have a feeling though they're not dumb. They're going to see that too.
Maybe, but maybe the way they caught you was there's an automatic system that looks for links. Mm-hmm. So this avoids that.
Yeah. But this is 5 days later. I would think if it was an automatic system, he would have caught me sooner.
Yeah, more than likely somebody reported it.
Yeah, that's what I think. Somebody reported it.
Yeah, but that guy that reported it maybe wouldn't have reported it if all you said was, look in my profile for the link.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's my latest one. It was in the a complaints subreddit. Complaints is what it's called. And anyway, they didn't seem to be bothered. I haven't heard anything yet. I posted the link a few times, but mostly I did say take a look at my my profile. So anyway, just to mention that, I think a few people probably joined the sub. Probably put the signed up with their email on our
I've had 2 just in the last week.
Yeah, so that's probably from there that I got I know at least one guy I think indicated he was going to do that. What do we do with these people though? Now that they signed up for the email, we got to start sending them stuff or something.
I'm gonna do a mass email here before long saying, hey guys, I need to come up with a way to do it. Something we need to discuss really. Come up with a mass email saying, okay guys, you're in. Let's start getting the traffic. Let's start posting stuff.
Yeah.
Let's start getting information out.
Yeah.
I right now we're basically in a stalker phase.
Yeah. So we need to do something with these emails eventually. Anyway, so not much progress there. I got a lot of interaction. I think there was over 200 comments in that post.
Well, maybe Brian, what you could do is write a post in our forum, KAOS forum, that describes what you just told us. Hey, I made this post on Reddit. Here's what I learned. Here's what didn't work. Here's what I think I'm going to try next. Yeah. Just to start a conversation going. The same thing you're telling us here, but in a post.
Yeah, I know this.
I know it's a lot of effort.
Yes, I know that I should start like a monthly email, basically, or something like that, right? But
a newsletter.
I don't have time for this, man. Like, I just really don't. This really took up a lot of my time just doing this post on Reddit and dealing with it, commenting. I was commenting for 2 days straight there. All the stuff going on there, eh? And anyway.
Hey, I can help you write that post.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, if you wanted to help, that'd be great.
I don't know what you wanted to say.
Well, you do it from your point of view and go, Brian made this post, and just from your point of view, what you think has been going on, right? It's better than nothing. But anyway,
I also don't have time for that, by the way, and I don't have time for even the things that I am doing for my organization.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to be cutting out things.
I'm not going to push anybody towards this, but. I was hoping.
But we do need to do something to promote getting traction going in the site, getting the information in there. When we go over to the new website, I'll be able to transfer all the comments over, all the users over. The only thing they'll have to do is reset their passwords. But I'll be able to get everything pulled over from databases. So we'll be able to save the information.
I was hoping Steve would be here today. He sent us an email again through the week, and I was kind of hoping he would be here today. But
he mentioned he was going to be here, but
I suspect he just slipped up or whatever.
Well, I remember in the email he was sitting there saying he was dealing with sick toddlers, so you know how that can go if you have kids.
He commented. He commented on the post I made on complaints. And anyway, that wasn't really what I was looking for when I said, can you guys help me out there? I'm hoping you guys deal with other people. I'm already dealing with a bunch of people. He's sending me comments, and now I got to comment back to him. Meanwhile, I got all these other comments I got to deal with. I was hoping he'd relieve me a bit, not add to my work that I have to do by adding more comments I have to reply to, right? So anyway, right. I was going to mention that to him that that's not that helpful to me if you're commenting to me and I have to comment back to you because I'm already got a bunch of comments I got to get back to already, like 50 or sometimes at a time.
That's something we could discuss like in these meetings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was hoping he'd be here, but he's not here.
It's just like, like the mass email I want to do. That's something we need to discuss, hammer out, so that we're all on the same page and we agree that it sounds professional. It's getting the point across.
Yeah.
And
Do you want me to write that
getting it out
down?
to everybody.
A new thing. Send or draft email to send to subscribers.
Yes.
Something else I was thinking I could add to the website would be a link to AI. Like right now, I've been on Grok, and I have a continuous thread, continuous conversation I've been going with, and feeding it in stuff that I'm getting from other people. Like there was a guy that he's very interested in mental health, and mental health as a society as well. It's not just individuals, and how they all play into one another. And I brought this up before. He talks about this mirroring as a way of working in mental health. And anyway, I fed that through the AI that knows about the KAOS system and how would that all work together. And it really talks poetically about how the two could merge so nicely and do great things for society and stuff like this. And then the other thing I've been feeding into the same conversation is stuff that there's another group. I've mentioned Audrey Tang before. Audrey Tang had the most successful yet so far in the world intermingling between getting people to interact on a website about political stuff, right? Politics. I've said this before. They've never really got more than 1% of the population to do stuff online. Audrey got close to that, and the highest amount anybody's ever had. And managed to get it together like kind of a committee online to work out some issues. That was in Hong Kong. And so Audrey was from Hong Kong, but has since moved to the States. And they're involved with this organization called the Collective Action Project. And I'm on their subreddit. They got a subreddit. It started only a few months ago. And Audrey's not the top person. There's somebody else that's the top person, but Audrey's involved with this. And anyway, they put out a couple of things so far on that page there. What do you call it again? On
the subreddit.
No, it's not a subreddit. Where you put out articles also. I just mentioned it a second ago.
Substack.
Anyway,
there's so many of them out there.
I know. It's pretty big these days, though. Anyway, I've also got a place there that I posted a couple times. I just mentioned it. Anyway, so anyway, they post stuff there and you can comment. And so I've been commenting. I've been feeding it through my AI, also in the same thing, and going, how could this work? So their latest one, what was it called now? Latest thing they put in there. Twinning. So twinning is where they have an AI twin of a person or a group of people, and they can ask the AI, what would this group say about this? So the AI has educated itself about this group of people the best they can, and so that a politician could ask the AI, what would these people say about this, right? And they don't have to go to these people. The AI is representing them, right? And they call that twinning. And so they were doing it with groups. And so, all the transgender people or all the whatever, white people or all the black people or grouping people like this and asking what they might think of this proposal or that proposal, right? And so they did an article about this twinning. And I fed that through the AI once again, and I mentioned that wouldn't it be better if we had twinning on an individual basis? Each one of our AIs that we're using to access KAOS, right, could be acting like a twin for us when so I can answer questions that we instead of bothering us about it. It could represent us and give an opinion that it thinks that we would give, and then we could.
I wouldn't do that until for myself. I wouldn't do that for myself until I was convinced there's an
Exactly.
AI that really understands me, and that doesn't
That's
exist
right.
yet.
Yeah. Not at the beginning, but eventually you might want to. And so we would okay a twin.
I mean,
but it would be up to us.
Even the ChatGPT that I use, that I've been using for over a year,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, it understands me better than all the other AIs and maybe even people.
Yeah.
But in lots of ways, still, like when I ask it to do something, it'll say some ideas, and I'm like, that's not what I want. That's horrible.
Yeah.
So it's still way wrong about me.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can see a day where this could actually work very well eventually, that we each get to pick, though, what our twin is, which AI we want to
But again,
represent us.
But the other variation you mentioned was, maybe I'll be okay with this one, to let my AI make a guess that I approve of.
Yeah.
Which is how we use it now. Like if I want my AI to help me write an essay, that's basically what's happening. I'm asking it to make a guess, and then I'm going to approve it or not, or change it.
That's right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I see it working very much like that. So anyway, so then, so anyway, I used AI to help me write a comment, and I put a comment under where they posted this. What the hell is it called? Just 1 second there. Oh, here we are. Substack. That's what it's called. Substack. Anyway, so they have a Substack for a collective action project. And anyway, they've been writing about this stuff. And so anyway, I've been commenting there. I'm hoping maybe I keep asking for them to interact with me, and maybe eventually. So one other thing before we get too far, though. So these are just some things that I've got going on. Oh, what I want to say, though, is I've had this continuous conversation. I've been using Grok on this. And I started with Grok, so I've just been continuing. And I'm finding Grok I keep having it refresh every time I talk about a different thing. And I go, how would this work with KAOS? I always have it go back through the website again to refresh its memory, which I think is a good idea. But it seems to be remembering things pretty well. But I still do that anyway, just to make sure. But the point is that maybe on the website, I should be every once in a while putting an updated link to this. And somebody, if they wanted to, can go through all that conversation I've had. And they can ask Grok questions they may have about the KAOS system, or any of these other things that I've been putting in there about it, right? That it's, trying to mesh in with the KAOS system. And they can look at all this back history there, but they can also ask it questions as if they're talking to me, because it's acting like it's once again, it's like it's mirroring me, right? It's kind of twinning me right now to some degree. Like I'll ask it, okay, what kind of comment can I put in about this collective action project post? What should my reply be here then? And I'll ask it to write it as if it's me, and it'll do that, right? And so it can answer questions as if it's me. And, it's not maybe 100% of what I think it should be, but it's at least some representation of kind of what it thinks about me. Anyway, maybe that'd be helpful as just something else we could have on the website, and I could keep updating it every time I continue the conversation, and people can now, once again, just ask it questions without bothering me if it wants to, right? If they wanted to.
The thing is does Grok have the limitations like ChatGPT in that, where you only get so many tokens, and it'll sit there and say, "Oh, you've reached your limit," and
I haven't had that happen yet. I haven't had that. And
Okay.
This is a damn long conversation that I've been having with it. So I haven't seen that happen yet.
What I would recommend, and this probably would be a good thing to do, make your post in the forum, make it a forum topic, and every time you update, just add to your thing as a separate response.
Yeah. A new link.
I think that'll help draw traffic in there, which is where we need it. We're getting the traffic to the site, but it's not really getting into the forums like it should be. It's stopping at the main pages that we've got. We need to get interaction into the forums.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a good place for that.
That's perfect. Yes, that's okay. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start posting updated links to that ongoing conversation. And
right, and of course invite people to join in and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and they can ask it questions and maybe solve some of the problems they may have.
Right, and that also generate content, which will bring us up in the search engines, as well as bring more traffic in, because people are, oh, what's this? And they come in, oh, I like this, and they start making their own posts or something.
Yeah. And then other people can also do the same thing, and even have their own AI search our whole website and go through these conversations, and then their AI is totally caught up to something, to what we're doing and everything else, and they can work with it from there and ask it their own AI questions and things, and see how things mesh with our system.
Right.
And so there's a lot of different angles that this could make interaction. And people learn things, another way to learn things. So another thing I wanted to mention was, I thought was pretty interesting. On a different subreddit, I saw somebody posting, and I brought this up last week. This person, I think they were in Israel, and her name's Leah. And Leah has a PhD in, what is it called? Neuroscience. She has a PhD in neuroscience.
What's her last name?
Leah. I don't know. I have to look it up. You want me to look it up quick?
Yeah, I might know the person you're talking about.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Oops.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'll be back in a moment, guys. I gotta go use the restroom.
Okay, Brian.
Okay.
I think I have that. Let me actually go someplace else and check. Zitter, Leah Zitter.
Yeah, that's the person.
Yeah? How do you know her?
Yep. She contacted me. We started working together. I was helping her with trying to launch her program, but that didn't go anywhere.
No?
I'm not saying her program didn't go anywhere. I'm saying my involvement in it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well.
Anyway, go on with your story. You froze. I'm not hearing anything.
Radicalization.
You froze. Can you say that again?
I said her. I can see Edward's dog there is in the picture. That's pretty funny. Anyway, yeah. So she's her focus is on radicalization, both political and religious radicalization. People that are heavily radicalized in their beliefs, eh? So that's what she wanted to talk about originally. And of course, I kind of steered her over into the whole KAOS system thing as much as I could.
She won't help with KAOS. She wants to work on her program. She's not gonna help with anything else.
No, you don't think so? I asked her whether or not she would be able to. I told her. So I just sent her a link, that same link I was talking about with Grok, with the long conversation, and she got back to me this morning saying that she found it all very interesting, and I'm hoping to have another conversation with her anyway. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I could see if her program was launched and is going well, and she has extra time, then she would do it. But she hasn't even launched her own program yet, and that's where she's going to put her focus.
Oh yeah, I'm what I'm hoping maybe I can get from her is just more connections to other people. What I found very a good aspect about it was that she's very much in the realm of believing that what do you call it? What's the term now? Freedom of speech. So she very much believes in freedom of speech and that we shouldn't be, the whole concept of having everything out in the open and no cancellation of people and stuff like this, right? By governments anyway, or by, I believe in freedom of speech, but a corporation can do whatever they want. I'm not saying that Twitter can't moderate and all the rest of this. I'm just saying.
But there's a little angle there too, which is I always see this comparison to the concept of a town hall.
Yeah.
If there's a company operating a software or something that effectively becomes a town hall, now you do got to consider it that way. Meaning,
you
like,
could, yeah. It's
help me understand that
one.
part.
Well, that's an iffy one, and
I'm guessing you thought a lot about this. So tell us what you think about it.
Well, I think if a corporation wants to consider itself the town square, then it better be willing to deal with freedom of speech. Yeah. And,
you mean
otherwise
if it claims it's doing freedom of speech, now we have to hold it to that standard?
Yeah. Like Elon Musk is a great example because he wants Twitter to be the town square, right? And he claims is good, but he claims he wants to be upholding freedom of speech, but he's doing a terrible job of it. And so to me, he's totally open for all the criticism that we can give him, because he claims it's supposed to be the town square, right? If you're going to claim you're going to be the town square, then you better be fucking upholding freedom of speech in a proper manner that's very obvious to everybody. And yet he does not. I mean, I signed up for Twitter, and most of the fucking feed, most of the stuff I'm getting is from him. It's that's not fair. That's not fucking a town, town square, where everybody has equal access.
It's just like Truth Social, Oh, come get on Truth Social. Speak to the president. He's the one that only posts anything.
Yes.
And it's like, and if you disagree with him, you get banned from the site.
What's Truth Social, and who did that?
Truth Social is Trump's social media platform.
Yeah,
he started it back. He started it back there in his first term.
How many people are on there?
300,000.
He didn't start it, but the guy that started it gave him half of it, over half. He said you can have, because this way it made it fucking more popular instantly. So the guy that started it said, "I'll give you like 51% or something like this."
Just
so now
enough of the controlling percent.
Yeah. So he gave control of it to Trump. I think he gave control. I'm not positive exactly percentage, but I think he did. And he gave it to him for free because he knew that would get a whole bunch of people to sign up, and then his value goes up, right? So that's how it started. Somebody else started it first and then gave it.
Yeah, it's
Trump.
a populist thing.
Yeah,
it's a populist thing. Yeah. But Trump's the one that posts the most on it.
Yes. And so, these organizations that claim to be the town square or want to be, then they are open to all the criticism. We should be able to criticize it.
Yeah, are they also? Are you also saying that now the government should crack down if they don't?
Well, maybe. Not really. I can't see any private entity actually being the town square. It has to be a publicly owned institution. It cannot be a privately owned institution. And then the government should be able should come in and crack down on anybody that. And that's what I want. That's what I eventually would love.
So maybe what we should be arguing for. I'm already disagreeing with myself. I'm already disagreeing with myself as I'm saying this. Imagine a government-owned social media.
Yeah.
And now they have to do free speech.
Yeah.
But that's a government.
Yeah.
Is that really going to work? How do you get beyond a government?
Then we hit the problem of it's this government or that government. You know what I mean? And I think we need to do this on a worldwide scale.
Which means no governments.
Yeah, which means no government. And that's why.
All right, we're back to chaos. I'm back in.
I'm right. Yeah.
I almost left just to go. Now I'm back in.
I'm always gonna steer right back to KAOS because yes, it'll be a publicly owned institution. I want it to be the closest thing as we can get to a public square on a worldwide scale, because there's no way to divide it up from.
So another phrase maybe to name our thing, like a tagline.
Yeah.
Worldwide
public square.
But the phrase I always hear is town hall.
Yes. Well,
we should use a phrase that most of the world would know. I don't know what that is.
I think most people know the public square too.
I get, you know what you can do in these cases is search all these terms on Google and see which one has the most hits.
Yeah, maybe.
Public square, not Pornhub. Public square.
Yeah, that one's got the most hits by far. Well,
Public
maybe we have to
square.
work. We have to work that one into there. Instead of we should call it because they always like they'll say.
Hey, does Google no longer tell you how many hits?
I don't know. I've never really tried that.
I've never seen them do it.
Dude, I don't see it. I used to see there's this many search results.
Yeah.
Which tells you how many websites have that word.
I've
And
heard
I don't
people
see it anymore.
reporting about it, but I've never tried it myself.
They got rid of it, those motherfuckers. How do you do that now? All right, ChatGPT.
I'm already in mine.
Which phrase is...
Hey, here's a term for you. Speech porn. Speech porn. Because everybody, they go the porn for this and porn for that, right? We call it speech porn. Maybe we should rename the whole thing speech porn.
Hey, town hall, is that one word or two words?
It'd be 2 words.
I don't know.
All right, so I'm asking ChatGPT, which phrase is represented on the internet the most? Public square, town hall, or town squares? Are those the only three?
Yeah. I asked my ThinkPad, which is the name of my AI, just a simple question. And here, I'll just share the page. That way you can see what it said. Give me just a second here. Your screen. Allow. I'm going to see double up for a second, guys.
In the meantime, Rami, if I mention your name to Leah, would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
Really good. We still talk.
Okay, I'm going to mention you that I know you, and you're on there.
Like
you're
she
on our
emailed me
side.
like less than a week ago.
All right. I'm going to mention that you're already.
We stopped
in the
working
program.
together on her project about, I don't know, a few months ago.
Yeah.
So the most common and widely under. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The most common and widely understood is plaza or square. Other common terms with regional variations is piazza, which is Italian, place, which is French, Marktplatz, German, Praca in Portuguese, and town square, which is the town square is the most prevalent one in English-speaking countries. It could also be a public square or open space.
The public square too is pretty common.
Yeah. And it says this is the most literal translation is understood globally, though it can sometimes sound a little formal. So, I mean, that's not a bad setup. We could use a town square as it's the most prevalently used one.
Yep. You think public square or town square?
I would use a public town square. Give it a good,
Words?
yeah, give it a good, so they know, number one, this is public. Everybody's invited.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's a town square where everyone can speak their piece.
Yeah, it seems redundant though. Once it's redundant, it's ugly. So what's the phrase we were thinking of? Shit, I should have wrote it down.
Town square?
Oh,
Public
worldwide
Worldwide public square.
Town square.
Or town
Or
square.
worldwide public square or worldwide town hall.
I like the worldwide town hall or worldwide public square.
I like public more than town. Town seems small.
Worldwide public square. And I mean, we're also trying to say that doesn't exist yet.
Or it could be global, global public square.
Yeah, I like that.
I like
one.
global better. Global
Because
public
that
square.
encompasses-
I think that'll hit everyone and understand it the best.
Yeah.
Because we know talking global, we're talking the whole world. And we're inviting everybody to come in.
Where are we going to use this?
I don't know. We have lots of
I
different
can
phrases.
I can use it as a tagline instead of knowledge as our savior on the website.
Yeah, you know, knowledge
Yeah.
as our savior is a cool thing to have somewhere, but I'm not sure it works as a tagline. Tagline being the
Right.
first thing they see after the name.
Right. And I think the global public square or whatever we decide on would be
It's
the best
very clear.
tagline.
Yeah, knowledge is our savior. Kind of makes it sound like, are you guys trying to be religious too?
Yeah.
We need to fit that in somewhere, though. But anyway, I think you're
No,
right.
no.
The first thing you should see, global public square.
The acronym of KAOS and the words that represent it, we should have it somewhere, but I don't think it works as the first thing they see after the name.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
The
I
tagline.
agree. Yeah.
So
And, you know,
we'll switch
tagline
it
needs to
over
be
to the
short.
global.
Go ahead.
We'll switch over to the global town square or public square or whatever we decided on.
Yeah. Do you think it needs to be any longer than global public square? Like another?
No, I
word?
think that's direct and to the point.
Let me ask ChatGPT.
And so, public. Stick with public, not town, I think. Global public square.
And then now, is it obvious to people that what we mean by that is freedom of speech?
I think that's pretty obvious just with the public square idea.
Yeah. And we've got it noted in the front page there in the original what
I
is
just asked
KAOS and that.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting. I just asked ChatGPT. It gave a lot of ideas. One rings in my ear. The world's public square,
I like that.
or humanity's public square.
I'd prefer the world personally.
I kind of like global, but that also works very
Yeah,
very well.
global. Yeah, we could always put the global public square.
Wow, that's
The,
what we
glo-
originally
the
had.
global public square.
Hmm.
And we're saying the because it's the only one that exists now.
Right. Right.
You don't need two of them. If there was another one already, we would just join them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I do like the way that rings though, the global public square. Now that I think about
This
it
might
more.
actually change. Like, so when here, let me go to our website. KAOSnow.com. And of course you see the logo. Welcome to KAOS. So where is this phrase? Where is the tagline on the website?
Hold on a second. Let me
I don't see a tagline.
let me log in.
We have a paragraph. You know what? On our website, the very first thing under the logo says "Welcome to KAOS." Maybe that's the thing that's switch to the tagline,
Yeah.
which is the global public square.
Yeah.
Is it better to say a global public square?
No,
Because we're the only one. If it was A, there'd be more.
Yeah.
So if more systems come online,
Well,
after
theoretically,
we
there
become
might be
popular,
5 in the future.
right? And then
And
you
of
know,
course,
we
there
can,
are people claiming they are one already, like X.
Yeah, but we
Mhm.
don't think they are.
Yeah.
So
So I guess
that.
the is good because we're telling people we don't think it exists yet.
That's right.
right.
Okay. The global public square. Can we let's see if we need to change the Reddit too. Let me go do that. Oh, Edward, you should also be an admin in the Reddit.
Yeah, I could do that. You'd have to set me up on it since you started it.
I think I'm the owner. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to set me as an admin.
Yeah. Okay. What we currently have on the Reddit at the very top is an image that reads, "A database of public opinion without censorship or any kind of systemic control of ideas." I wonder if it's better to have a much shorter thing that just says global public square, and then this sentence to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. In the description, which is not the first thing they see, it's later. That's where we could put the longer version. It right now says KAOS, and then there's a character, a line. Building a database of public opinion without censorship. Think of it as a layer of democracy above all nations and companies, or like a worldwide human union. Make chaos, find order, resist control. Which one is higher priority? Worldwide human union or
that's not that
or global public square?
I think global public square is better.
All right, let me change it then. Let me. I'm gonna. The image thing is harder to do. I'm gonna make a new image and just have the 3 word or 4 words. The global public square. Or maybe it should be building the first global public square. You like that one?
That'd be a good. I like that. Building the first global public square. That would make sense.
New Reddit graphic. Building the first global public square. All in caps?
Probably
I guess I can make both and see which one looks better.
Yeah.
Just the global public square part all in caps, maybe. Nothing else.
Or maybe the global public square still undercase but in italics.
That's an idea. Give it a
And
little
maybe
emphasis.
we add a little bit more, and maybe this is too much, but building the first global public square. Well, is it obvious to everyone who might be interested in this sentence that this means driving democracy forward?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
So there's no reason to add another phrase. This is so we improve democracy?
No, I don't think we need that.
Okay.
Redundant.
Building the first global public square. All right, I'll start making new graphics for that. And then the description I can change right now.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now on the websites.
Building the first global public square. And then comma or period or semicolon, a database of public opinion without censorship or any kind of systemic control of ideas. Think of it as a layer of democracy above all nations and companies, or like a worldwide human union. And then there's a make chaos, find order, resist control. By the way, that last sentence, what do you think of? Like, it's a little bit vague. I know it sounds cool. Is it worth instead putting a very clear sentence?
What is the sentence now?
It says, the last sentence says, make chaos, find order, resist control. Maybe it should say resist systemic control.
Yeah, the wording of that is not great.
You want to maybe cut it out and put something more relevant, more clear? Or just end it, that sentence.
Maybe just end it. Don't use it at all. That guy. That's there's some connection here to the show Get Smart. I don't know if you guys probably mentioned that.
Oh, I love that show.
It rings in my head, but what was it about?
There was a spy who was a complete idiot that actually got the shit done.
Yeah. And it was Maxwell Smart. And so his organization he was part of was called Control. And they were always fighting against their arch enemy, which was called KAOS, spelled with a K. And since every organization I've ever tried to deal with here always tries to implement a method of control in the way that they want to build their voting system or anything like that, that seemed very poetic. Where that we are KAOS, the enemy of control. So that's the way I always use. That's the way I phrase it whenever I start talking about the Get Smart series or anything. I say that we are the enemy of control. We are KAOS, the enemy of control, and because we are so against any methods of controlling the conversation, right?
All right. How about this idea? I'm going to put it on the screen. This is as a new description for the Reddit. Oh, it didn't fit. Okay, whatever. So KAOS, building the first global public square, a database of public opinion without censorship or any kind of systemic control of ideas, comma, where no opinions are deleted and filtering is decentralized to third-party systems.
I don't know if I'd put any of the rest of that. It's just too much for them to have to comprehend right there.
So take out... Okay, so back to this then. Let me put it on the screen again. So, building the first global public square without censorship or any kind of systemic control of ideas. Stop.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Think of it. You want to get rid of the think of it as a layered democracy above all nations. Okay, yeah. Delete all that too. Even shorter. I like that.
Yeah, shorten it up.
Okay. I wonder if there's a way to set up like automatic Reddit posts. It kind of looks dead, I wonder if we could have automatic Reddit posts like. Well, first of all, I don't understand the technology of how to even make it automatic, but I know Reddit lets you have automatic weekly posts, and maybe we could do that, and maybe that post says something like, "Check out our latest live stream," without us putting any input about what the hell that is. Just let it be automatic. And maybe in that same weekly post, it says, also check out the new discussions on the website.
I don't know. That's possible. Sure.
And because the way it looks now, if you go there now, the newest thing.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we've been neglecting that over the website now.
The newest thing is a month old. If we had weekly posts that say, go to the live stream, because if somebody looks at this, they can't even tell there is a live stream.
Yeah.
So a weekly post would help with that. The weekly post would also mention the website and that there's more discussions there. And then maybe also the weekly post says a third thing. Something like a call to action asking people to speak right now under that post. What new shit have you seen that you think we should be considering? Because is it Steven? I think I'm remembering his name right. Steven, the last guy that was with us. One of the things happening besides we're talking about KAOS is we're talking about democracy in general.
Yeah.
And we're talking about related things too. Like we keep talking about things like the rich guys screwing things up. Okay. That's all related. Imagine this weekly post asked people to tell us what new shit you just found that you think we should be considering and talking about. The same way these people are already doing. Steven came to us, sent us an email saying, hey, did you hear about this? That post would get people to do that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, more activity would be better. I'd like to see some more activity on the subreddit. I feel guilty about it.
Okay, I'm going to put that in the meeting minutes, and you know what? I'm just going to ask ChatGPT real quick. How to set up weekly automatic post on subreddit I own. Oh, giving me 3 ways. Oh shit! You can write code.
Mm-hmm.
You can write code in Reddit, configuration code that would do it. I didn't know you could do that.
Wow.
Holy crap! It says mod tools, auto moderator. Click edit configuration, and then it says copy this code, add this code. And the code looks really simple. Look at this. I want to show here. Let me just show it on screen instead of posting in the comments. Where is it? Oh.
We need to drop that banner. I can't read half of the screen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
you see that code right here?
Uh-huh.
That's easy to read and do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and then it gives other ways.
Wow.
Wiki template. It's the same code though.
Mm-hmm.
And then a third-party bot, it looks like, could also be doing it. I'd rather just use the internal system if we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me go to add you.
It can do it for you. Is that what they mean? ChatGPT, just say go for it and it does it.
Well, it's telling me how to use the internal Reddit system to generate it and you can use code. I don't know how advanced that code set is, but if they're letting you do code, it sounds like it could do lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a little beyond me, guys. So
I'd have to look into it deeper to see what we could do.
Mods and moderators. Okay. Why does it say inactive for you?
For me?
No, for
because
Brian. I have a user called KAOS Now. That's Brian, but it says inactive. But Brian, you don't even use that account yet. You still use your opinion.
yeah.
Anyway, search user. What's your username on Reddit?
Mine?
Yeah, Edward.
It's Linux _rocks, ROX.
Linux _rocks, ROX. Okay. 4 years, 14. Okay. Just everything. I'm giving you all the access.
Okay.
And now I don't see anything on my end, but it doesn't say I sent you anything. There's no record saying that anything happened on my end.
Well, let me go in and look and see if it happened. Let's see if I've got access.
Okay, there's one. It's under invites.
Okay.
So you just got to accept that, and then you can do whatever. You could blow up the Reddit.
I'm looking. Request, there it is. View request. Accept. There we go. I'm moderator of it now.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else, guys? I'd like to get off a little bit early.
Yeah. Well, I think we've done enough today.
Yeah. I'll work on the website, getting that tagline taken care of, and I'll get Restream set up.
And you're going to try to do the
I'll try to get. Yeah, I'll probably send you, Rami, a test bed email.
Sure.
Just to make sure it works right, and then if you're able to access it and all that, and we get it figured out, we'll go with it live next week.
All right.
Okay, guys.
So. All right.
I was just going to mention quickly that we were talking about the Satanic Panic last week. If you're interested in that at all, there's a new podcast I found from this woman that was talking about before. She put out a new podcast with anyway. If you just look for podcasts called The Devil You Know. Anyway, it's really good. I listened to it this week. I thought it was pretty good.
The devil you know instead of the devil you don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's a phrase that has the devil you don't know in it.
No, the phrase is better the devil you know than the devil you don't know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. It's both. Yeah.
So anyway, that's the name of the podcast if you're interested in hearing more about it. It's pretty good. Freaky stuff. All right, we'll see you guys. Have a good week.
All right, guys. Later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.